What's that?
2026. Remember, like, that wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, back in the day?
No,
I
I
mean,
was
you made a
before. I was
that was
before Steve Austin.
you were out already? So,
I was out
yeah,
already. I was out
anyway,
already.
he always did this thing where it was Austin 316. I don't know what it means, but I thought it was like a play off the Bible thing. I swear we went through this on another show. But anyway, this episode called Gravity Hole and Stargate Barrow, which, I don't know if that's the same thing or not. It could be. It could be
It
the same thing.
it might be. I don't think it is though, but it might be.
So, what's yours about?
I love the name. Well, mine's about a Antarctic gravity hole.
Oh, no, it's different then. Alright, well, should we just start with one?
Sure. Yes.
Alright, this is an interesting one. So, I didn't discover this myself. Obviously, I came across it on, social media, on X probably, and it was just one of these weird videos, and I'm like, "Man, is that real? I gotta confirm this." Okay? So I kinda figured out where he was on Google Maps, found it, checked it out. And sure enough, it was real, and I think I have honestly, a pretty benign explanation for what's going on here, but, it
Well,
is still
is
interesting
this
nonetheless.
does this have to do with all the star? Remember we did that Stargate thing a couple episodes ago, and I was saying that people are talking about 11 or 14 or however many there's Stargates around the globe and all these ancient places.
Well, no. I'm also gonna try and get that concave Earth done, the thing that I keep putting off and forgetting about. We'll try and get that done here in the free half of the show. Anyway, so let's jump into this. So this is gonna be I don't have a whole to do about it. This is just Google Earth. So I can zoom out here so you can see where I'm at. This is Australia. Could have done this on my flood map, but it's not quite ready yet. So we can zoom way into Australia. This is Barrow Island over here. There's this little inlet. Just I guess that would be
Oh, it's an
southwest of Barrow
island.
Island.
Well, why? Well, I mean, you know what a barrow is, though, right? A
I
barrow
don't
is
know.
what?
It doesn't matter in this case. So you
It
see this
does, because that's what I loved about it. It's a Stargate barrow. Barrow's the ancient sort of.
yeah, I don't care what you loved about my segment. I mean, I'm sorry to let you down. Hopefully this makes up for it.
It's
Hopefully
like an
we're
old Viking sort of tomb with the mound over it, and you go down inside, and there's a little cave underneath.
well, maybe the Vikings found the island.
Maybe the island isn't a big barrow then.
So anyway, you see this little spot right down in this little cove
Okay.
here?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Barrow Island's actually out here.
Okay. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna go right here, this little spot on the cove. Zoom into that.
Okay.
This weird little island, no roads, no nothing. But if you grab this little dude, this little dot appears where you can drop him
What?
like street view. Wait till you
Does that
see.
dot always appear like
So you
that?
don't know what you have no idea. You haven't seen this yet. You have no
No.
idea what you're this is gonna blow your fucking mind.
No, hang on, hang on. Does that dot always appear, like, where there's
Okay,
something
so
sort of
no. So like if I go over to this island and I pull out the dude, no dots. Usually any place there's like no roads,
yeah.
you can't put the dude.
No, no, I know there wouldn't be.
But if you
If
go
they've
over here to
if
the road, then
yeah,
I could probably put the dude on this road
yeah,
and look around. The
yeah.
middle of fucking nowhere,
Wow,
Australia, right?
wow.
Alright. So, but more normally, even on Barrow Island, I don't even know if you could put the dude. There's nowhere even on this bigger Barrow Island you can put this guy.
What?
But
Really?
there's this one little fucking island here. It
No.
doesn't look like you can put the guy anywhere. But if I
No
grab this
way.
little thing, this is gonna you're gonna freak out. I mean, I'm excited for you. Watch this.
What? What's going on? Is that a ceiling or a floor? Are we upside down? What is going on? What?
That's a camera. It looks like a little video camera here. There's a bunch of rooms. Now it all looks kind of
It looks like a video game.
this is what I think happened. This is someone's just uploaded a video game picture and it's somehow because I can go through a couple different pictures here. It'll change to this picture, which shows this building, which is actually on Barrow Island. And then if I try and go back, I can't get back to that picture again. But if I jump out of here,
Okay, can
on
you
the
line
Barrow,
it up? Can you line up the dot, like, because you were a little bit sideways on the dot. Can you try line it up again?
which dot?
The little
This
dot that
dot?
you plop the guy on? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, 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 right there, right there. No.
It doesn't matter because it's just picking it as like a Google Earth point that you can enter.
Okay. I just thought maybe you entered on an angle or
No, it's weird though, right? I mean,
yeah.
how did this get into Google Maps?
There's a troll inside Google, inside of Alphabet,
There's gotta be, right? Look at it.
or it's a real Stargate. I mean, dude, who knows? I mean, they could be this is part of their disclosure.
It looks awful pixelated in there though, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a video game or something? Doesn't look real. Pretty wild though. I mean, I don't know that there's any
Can you
place else on Google.
can you
Like,
zoom right in? Can you before
you
you
might
go
be
away
able to
from the
go into
place?
this airport or something, right? Like sometimes you can go. That's not a real airport. We need like a little town or something.
Can you go back to that island though first, the little guy?
Want to see if we can put this guy in someplace. So there. Oh no. Anyway, back to the island.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Just zoom in. I just want you to scroll in all the way you can on the little island that it's yeah,
this
yeah.
island.
Yeah, yeah. Just go, zoom in as far as you can. Okay, okay. Hang on. Just take a peek around there and stuff.
There's a little cart path or something. It looks like, but that
Oh
might
yeah.
be the water line. That
No,
might
I
be an
think
old
it'd be
shoreline,
no.
like a tide line.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to take a closer look like that around the place.
Pretty interesting. I mean, it's got to just be a troll, but there's just this little hack with this little spot you can drop this guy, and it leads to this crazy room. It's fucking bonkers.
It
That's
looks like
right
it's
there.
right out of Stranger Things or something.
I mean, can I put a point there? So that's minus 21. Actually, here, I'll put share this location. I'll copy that and we'll put it in the show notes so people can check it out themselves. Nothing will appear here when you get into this island. Nothing will appear until you grab this little dude, and then a little dot will appear, and you go into this, which seems like a video game or something, right? Like, look at that. But it's also kind of weird, right?
I like it.
Anyway, the people were freaking out. So that's my segment. That's
All right.
my sorry to let you down with my Barrow
No, no,
Island, but
no,
I
that's
thought it
good.
was pretty cool.
That was good. All right. Well, let's just do mine right away too. Then I guess this is from Zero Hedge on X. Now they're actually admitting that there's a massive gravity hole underneath Antarctica. And this funny, this guy says, Grok, explain it like Trump. So this is Trump explaining it via Grok. Folks, this gravity hole under Antarctica, it's huge. The strongest one anywhere on Earth. Believe me, gravity's way weaker down there because our planet's not some perfect sphere. It's bumpy inside with low density rock making a massive dip. Been growing for like 30 million years. They mapped it with earthquake waves, like a giant CT scan. Tremendous discovery, affects the ice sheets bigly. Nobody knows geology like I do. We'll handle it. So there's some comments here about it and all that. Oh, look at this. Admiral Byrd finds major mountain range. Hmm. See, I thought you were talking about this with this is what your concave. I thought maybe this was your concave Earth segment.
Also, not the concave Earth segment, which I'm looking for right now to do next.
So this is Tyler Durden. For decades, we were told to ignore any of the strange reports that we were hearing about Antarctica. Experts assured us that nothing unusual was going on and there wasn't anything to be concerned about. Of course, we couldn't go investigate for ourselves because, as you will see below, there are 72 areas of Antarctica that only those with a special permit are allowed to enter. And if you try to fly to Antarctica without authorization, you'll get into all sorts of trouble. So, while the
Because of
secrecy,
the
what are they trying to hide from us? One thing that scientists are admitting, it sits directly above the strongest gravity hole on the entire planet. Earth may look like a smooth blue marble from space, but it's better to imagine it as a slightly gnarled orange with an inside that's firm in parts but squishier in others. Let's see here. Since the planet isn't a perfect sphere and its internal density varies across the globe, gravitational pull changes from place to place. Where there's less mass in the underlying geology, gravity is weaker and vice versa. These dips in the gravitational field are formerly known as gravity anomalies, but they're more commonly called gravity holes. The largest is found in the middle of the Indian Ocean, spanning over 3 million square kilometers. While
Three
the
million.
strongest,
So that's whoa. So what's that like 3,000? No, that's like 1 point
1.1 square miles. Yeah.
1.1
1
square.
million, 1.1 million square miles. While the strongest is found in Antarctica. Huh.
Which
It
is
turns out that,
basically 1,000 miles by 1,000 miles.
yeah, that's the one in the Indian Ocean. That's the largest, but this is the strongest. A gravity hole beneath Antarctica sounds like the plot to a bad sci-fi movie, but it's a real situation deep beneath the Earth's surface, stretching back tens of millions of years. The phenomenon, thankfully, isn't as apocalyptic as it sounds either.
I wonder if it's the same as like is it the same as like a mascon?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it would be the opposite of a mascon,
The
right?
opposite of a mascon?
But it could be possible that there's a lot more than we're being told. Could it be? It is being reported that a team of researchers that mapped the colossal gravity hole was able to use a combination of methods to actually reconstruct the three-dimensional structure that exists underneath the continent. In the study, let me just skip ahead here. They relied on Earth-spanning scientific projects, combined global earthquake recordings with physics-based modeling to reconstruct it. Imagine doing a CT scan of the whole Earth. Certainly appears there's something down there. Could some of the reports that we have heard over the years actually be true? I wouldn't hold your breath waiting for the truth to come out. Much of the continent is strictly off limits unless you have a special permit. So I'm going to skip past the Wikipedia stuff about the special area.
Didn't the
Uh,
flat earthers go there?
yeah, a bunch of people have been there recently. They take security in Antarctica quite seriously.
Ooh, that's
So
pyramid.
yeah, that's it. Okay, go ahead. What were you
That's
gonna say?
pyramid. Look at that
Yeah,
pyramid.
yeah, it does look like it. I mean, of course, most of the good stuff is in areas where tourists are never allowed, and that includes this colossal period pyramid. I have to admit the symmetry of that striking structure is quite striking. Okay, let me just skip ahead here. Interestingly, a ring of fire solar eclipse was visible in Antarctica on Tuesday. Magnificent solar eclipse. Da 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 da. I don't think we need to get into that. Oh, that's it. I thought it was way more. That's why I was skipping ahead. I thought there was more of it than that. But so I don't know. It kind of sounds pretty boring, really. Like it's just a physics thing, less less
Less impressive
physical
than my
stuff
Stargate.
there, more gravity or less gravity.
Less impressive than my Stargate.
But this, let me just go on over the security thing. That there was a 19-year-old American said he would fly down there without permission, and he was immediately arrested. And did you see those videos recently about the guys that were down there and they were pulling out their phones and going on to X and stuff, and they came over and got you're not allowed to use the internet down here and stuff. They got
Yeah, that
in
was my
trouble.
clip.
Was that your clip?
That was my clip.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some concave. I mean, I shouldn't have said concave Earth, but it kind of gives it away. But this goes back to this. I mean, this is from the cellular cosmology book. I don't know when it's from, but this guy built this crazy machine to try and measure see if the Earth's flat or not. And what he found might astound you, or he might have just fucking got it backwards. But I cut these down from a longer video, which I don't know if I have the link to anymore. I'll check. But if you just, it's pretty easy to find. I think it's called a Reclinator or something. I'll track it down one way or another. Let's see how this is going to work now, because I'm trying to use. Oh, here it is. Also share audio. All right, here we go.
Because of the poor quality and the scant amount of photographs and illustrations of the mechanical part of the rectilineator,
Stop
with
clip. Stop clip.
differences in appearance.
That's what you could look for if you search
Rectilineator.
rectilineator. rectilineator.
You're not expecting me to do something with that, are you?
Me, no. But didn't you tell me to stop the clip?
Yeah, because it's echoing. I don't know if that's just.
Oh, is it? Okay, let me
Is it
try
the
this.
clip itself or?
No, it's probably because I turned on the audio, which I probably, what you would do seems to make sense to me to turn on the audio as well, but maybe you can't do. Let's try it like this.
Because of the poor quality and the scant amount of photographs and illustrations of the mechanical part of the rectilineator, with some showing differences in appearance, it was difficult to precisely reconstruct it in 3D without taking some liberties of guesswork. But here's my version. Morrill states that the rectilineator consisted of a number of sections in the form of double T-squares, each 12 feet in length with braced and tensioned cross arms 4 feet in length. The material was 1-inch mahogany, seasoned for 12 years in the shops of the Pullman Palace Car Company from Chicago. The horizontal bar was 8 inches in width and the cross arms 5 inches. He used steel tension rods marking an X across the entire section and extending through the extremities of the cross arms. They were adjusted to maintain the constancy of right angles. Finely trimmed brass facings at the extremities of the cross arms constituted the adjusting surfaces. Through flanges in the facing, ingenious screws were placed for securing the adjustments when made. Each section was supported by 2 strongly built platformed standards, with adjustable castings to receive the horizontal sections between the body of the castings and adjustable cleats with clamps and set screws. The beams rested in the casting edgewise. The principle involved in its operation was as simple as the placing of 2 rectangular plates in contact, or laying 2 mechanics squares together. From the first to the last of the 1,045 adjusted sections, the same procedure was methodically performed. 2 standards were placed in front of the previous adjusted section and placing the castings at the approximate height. The new section was placed in position in the castings.
Stop
so
clip.
Okay, it stops.
Whoa, 1,000 of those sections? Who fucking paid for all this?
I don't know.
The rectilinear grant?
I think he lost his grant after this. But let's go to clip 2. Let's see if this works.
But after that, it was a done deal. As soon as the airline showed consistent deviation in the descent, the sign of curvature of the Earth already could.
So if you have the whole video, it's like they did this whole thing where they built these boxes in the ocean so that the tide and the waves wouldn't affect the water inside, like a little 1 foot by 1 foot box. Then they put floating sticks in there to measure it all on. And what he was expecting to find was obviously but he found the math going the exact opposite way, which Rob in the chat says is because it's flat.
What?
So anyway, I've been going down this whole rabbit hole. I'm not saying no, but I mean gravity makes more sense if we're on the inside of it, right? If you're on the inside of something spinning, like water in a bucket that you spin around with your arm, and we're just the water.
So it's not gravity, it's centrifugal force, is what you're saying?
Centrifugal force, yeah. Makes more sense.
Be determined. And it was, of course, concave. What still needed to be determined was if the amount of descent was consistent with the circumference of the Earth, and it was.
Wow.
After 1 mile, it measured 8.02 inches, only 2/100ths of an inch away from an even 8 inches. That, my friends, is the work of a genius. After 2 miles, it was still fairly close, 30.62 inches to the generally agreed 32 inches. And at the end of the survey, at 2 3/8 of a mile, the descent was 48.25 inches. At every 12th adjustment, the spirit level was read. If the bubble began to deviate to the south, the Earth would show to be convex, and if to the north, then concave. The bubble consistently rose to the north of the vial. The plumb line was also used and hung over the 4-foot vertical.
Like maybe you just had that bubble backwards, maybe.
Cross beams. In converse manner to the spirit level, if the bob shifted to the north, it would show convexity. But if to the south, then concavity. The plumb bob consistently shifted to the south again, further corroborating concavity. The 12-foot mercurial level would measure the angle of divergence within the length of the beam. This deviation would become more apparent at the end of the survey. Morrow also used the telescope to view the horizon from 15 feet behind the last section in the line. He noticed a continual sinking of the airline going below the horizon, which further proved the Earth was curving upward. There were 3 main measurements when all 4 of these appurtenances were used: one at 1 mile, one at 2 miles, and one at 2 3/8 of a mile. The results all agree in testimony of concavity.
Easy on the music, buddy. You might be done talking now.
Water's surface to show.
There we go.
The remaining line of sight phase of the survey proved to show a fairly expected amount of descent as the airline passed through the excavated sandbar after Gordon passed to finally hit the water's surface. Morrow placed a steel horizontal strip at the height of the last recorded measurement, protruding from stake 20 at the 2 3/8 mile mark, then moved back his telescope to stake 19, 1/8 of a mile away, where the heights of both markers were aligned to point through the excavated sandbar and wait for the bottom of the hull of the sailboat to line up. Through signaling, it was determined, and the crew on the boat calculated a 4 1/8 mile distance from the stationary tide register. The survey was complete and deemed a complete success. And the data speaks for itself. It wasn't tampered with. Even Simonek admits it appears genuine. And you begin to really see the lopsided victory for concavity when you take the numbers from the column distance of airline below secondary datum, or the amount in inches of deviation every 1/8 of a mile, and plot them on a graph.
I mean, that's got an awful long way already for 4 miles. I mean, he's gonna be at 90 degrees in like what, another 3 miles?
Yeah,
Quit
that's
playing
why
with your pussy.
that's why I think it's
You fucked it up.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to get too opinionated about this, but
It seems like you fucked it up. I
is
mean,
it just
right?
a refraction or something, or is it just like because is it from it's not from the level land, right? It's from it's floating, right? It's all they made those plates like parallel
Yep.
so that it was sort of floating, right? So it wasn't just based on like the ground, right?
It was in the water.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something off. But I mean, even that doesn't
You
show
see what
it's
I mean?
flat,
Though?
does it? It's just
This is 4 1/8 miles right here. And so it's like I mean, it might just be because of the chart, but it sure looks like this thing is coming up at a 45-degree angle already. So when you get to 90, then it's going to be coming back on itself.
I just think there's an atmospheric disturbance or something that we don't understand. There's something that's affecting these measurements. It's just like that one where the Chicago over the lake, where they say it has to be flat because otherwise Chicago, well, you wouldn't be able to see it at 8 miles or whatever that measurement is that the flat earthers always use.
Yeah.
I hate to say like just there's a vague like conspiracy about it, but there's something we don't understand, you know?
There's something going on. Something odd. Something a bit odd, isn't it? I mean, maybe it was just a hill. Maybe it's just he used the water though, so
Well, that's why I think, yeah, so it's not based on land, right?
it's not based on land. It's based on the ocean. Bit odd. What do you want to do next? You want to do a little Ricky Gervais rant?
Sure.
He's never really. I mean, he does his thing, but he doesn't really get super political usually.
What? He's the one that predicted that whole thing in 2019 or 2020 with the Hollywood celebrities. He tore them apart.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I mean, like in like UK politics.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm sharing the audio. I hope this doesn't fuck it up. Should I not share the audio? Tell me right away.
Fuck what up?
It might echo. I'm gonna shut it off.
Okay.
Tell me if you can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
Ah, fucking Jesus Christ. Oh, this is an AI clip. I got the wrong one. Well, let's listen to it anyway.
Oh, the cats are driving me nuts. I should lock the door.
Oh, fuck me. I'm sick of AI already. Oh, I'm not sick of AI. I'm sick of the witless twats who tweet these shitty little fake things like a fake bit of war or a fake mugging or a fake fight. What's the fucking point? Everyone knows it's fucking fake. It's just, is that what it's for? This amazing piece of technology? Has that always been the case? When everything new came along, people just immediately used it to fucking lie and get attention. Like first cave paintings. So I went, oh, what's that? That's when I killed the antelope. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah. What's that? Oh, that's when I beat up a mammoth, you fucking liar. You look at the wall. I beat up a mammoth. Fake.
That's when the aliens came down.
So it's shit like this. You get. Right. I'm going to go and have some soup. I've got to turn this off. My fat fingers always fail.
Anyway, it's I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about, right? What's the point? What's the point? You know what? I deleted that Google Earth link. I got to dig it back up again.
Oh boy.
At some place. At some point. Well, here's another good one. I think now we'll save that one for later, for the end of the free section. What do you want to jump to
Well, I
next?
want to hear Ricky excoriating the UK government.
I don't have it now. I gotta find it. So do something in the meantime.
Okay. I'm going to play some esoteric. I'm going to keep going on the esoteric stuff and I'll save the kind of more sensorious stuff for later. So have you seen this ferrofluid or graphene, whatever this thing is? So this is remember we talk about black goo? It's got more of a spiritual kind of esoteric kind of haunting feeling on it, but this is, I mean, really black goo could be just ferrofluid, but it responds to both frequency and magnetism. So there's a again the fucking music. They're showing this in a steel dish type thing, and they're playing frequency and magnetism, and you can see the ferrofluid moving around and dancing.
That's your music. I thought I played the music. Well, they're dancing to the music, aren't they?
Well, it might be. Yeah, maybe it is music from in there. Yeah.
Frequency, right? I think the frequency is music.
I mean, it is pretty crazy. Look at it. It goes to nothing. It goes to like the pool of nothing, and then starts basically dancing.
I wonder what happens if you throw some hip hop on.
Imagine what they can do with graphene in your bloodstream.
Do we have graphene in our bloodstream?
Some of us do. Look at that. Pretty crazy, eh?
It says it. Is it AI? Is this AI?
No, I don't think it is. No.
Are you sure?
What? Yeah. What? Do you want me to check?
Yeah, I found the Ricky Gervais thing. You want me to play that? Will you?
Okay, hang on. Let me just check with Grok here. Is this AI? Yes, I'm Grok, an AI built by you caught me.
Grok's telling you about himself being AI.
I know. What the fuck? It was.
You got to
I
reply as
clicked
a
on
comment, don't you?
What?
I think you got to reply as a comment.
No, I don't want to reply as a comment. I should just be able to go
Just copy
explain
the
this
link.
post. Like, look, ferrographene. Okay, hang on. Zeus, get out of the way, please. Come on. I should have fucking kicked the cats out before.
This is out of hand. These cats are getting out of hand. They're taking over the place.
Oh, see, so it's not AI, dude. It's saying, yeah, like those in the Journal of Magnetism and Magmatic.
Wait, go down more. Ask if it's AI now. Ask if the video is AI.
It's fetching. No, it's not AI. It's a real demonstration of ferrofluid, a colloidal suspension of iron oxide nanoparticles in a carrier fluid like oil, like black goo, reacting to a combination of magnetic field and acoustical / vibrational standing waves.
Can we order some of this stuff? You think? Haha. I want some of this shit. Probably give you cancer though or something, right?
Can we order
Think
some
it's
of this
healing?
stuff? Yes, you can easily order real ferrofluid. The stuff in the video or very similar behavior is widely available online for science experiments, education, and fun demos. Amazon, search ferrofluid or ferrofluid kit.
Wow. I'm gonna order one. Should we order one for the and
Yeah.
do a little show
Oh, yeah,
on
we'll
it?
do our, yeah, for sure. Safety tips.
Ask if it gives you cancer.
No. All right, there you go. There's your ferrofluid.
There you have it. Ferrofluid. I need some ferrofluid. Okay, here it is. Ricky Gervais.
We've got our rules. Unless you're the Prime Minister. Political satire. Right. I don't get political. I feel like it though. I'm getting angrier and holding it all in more and more. Even live, I don't really get political. I think I've been naive. I've hit that age where I go, well, they're all fucking lying, shitty little fucking corrupt twats. They was just lying in their own part, and I just think I thought there was good guys and bad guys, but now I just think they're all little fucking shits. Is that political? Is that some really nuanced insight into the workings of society? Greedy little fucking posh twats. Good. That's why I don't get political.
Not really that bad, but
Yeah, but that's good. We need people like that pushing back.
all right. Well, speaking of pushing back, this is what we got to push back against. I'm going to change gears here a little bit.
A mark on my face. What's going on there? Jeez.
Uh-oh. You got a pock mark?
I don't know. It's not a pimple, but it's a rash of some sort. Hopefully it's not.
Hopefully it doesn't get worse. This is about our new legislation in Canada. I think it just passed, right? Did it pass? C-22?
C9? Oh, okay.
Well, the Liberals under Mark Carney are at it again, folks. And they're not just knocking on the door of your privacy. They're kicking it down. They just crossed a line that most Canadians never thought was possible. Just days ago, Public Safety Minister Gary Anand-Sangari tabled Bill C-22, the so-called Lawful Access Act. He claims it's about fighting predators, traffickers, and extortionists. And he says it's all about keeping Canadians safe in the online space.
Have you heard about this yet?
Yeah, but dude, I almost don't even want to talk about it.
But let's be real clear, shall we? This bill hands police unprecedented.
Have you seen the clip of the cops talking about it?
That's C9, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's why I thought it was. And have you seen the new czar that they brought out? The online safety czar? I mean, oh my God.
Looks like a diddler. Can I get thrown in jail for that?
You will be.
This bill hands police unprecedented powers to monitor your digital life. Under this legislation, telecom companies like Bell or Rogers would be forced to track your location in real.
You think that's Starlink too? But telecom is not Starlink. My cell phone's not Starlink.
I mean, is that why they want to put up their own satellites? I mean, have you seen that fiasco?
Yeah.
Real time, at all times, and hand it over to the police with just a warrant.
Should I go back to that again? Play that again?
Or Rogers would be forced to track your location in real time, at all times, and hand it over to the police with just a warrant. But that's not all, guys. On nothing more than reasonable suspicion, no judge, no probable cause, just a hunch, they can demand your basic subscriber info, your ID, your location information, who you are, and where you've been online without a full warrant. They can go after social media companies, AI firms, and cloud providers, basically anyone who's holding your digital life. They can compel them to cough up more details about you with judicial approval. Your every click, your every step, your every association, flagged and filed because one officer suspects something. It's a backdoor to mass metadata surveillance, all under the guise of fighting crime, child exploitation, or national security threats. But this isn't about catching terrorists or child predators. It's the infrastructure for total control. This comes right after the backlash to Bill C-2, which went way too far and got rewritten. They say they listened to your concerns after the backlash to Bill C-2, the one that would let police rifle through your mail. But this is the same thing. Lowered thresholds, mandatory tracking capabilities baked into the system, and international data grabs expanded. They rewrote it. They rebranded it. And now they just want to ram it through. This isn't safety, guys.
It's almost going to be time to get rid of these cell phones.
I mean, we went through this already. I don't know, man. I don't know. We gotta. I just feel like we're gonna have to go through this. There's nothing really we can do. We can talk about it for now until we can't talk about it anymore. But without getting violent, there's nothing we can do. We gotta just accept it.
Well,
Because
you
look
wanna
at
hear-
here's just let me. Do you want me? Can I just do a quick follow up there on
Yeah,
that? So this is I wasn't going to share this today, but I mean, since you brought up that thing, so this is Wiretap Media here. So pay close attention to this. Bill C-22 targets issues that government created, right? Via immigration, including extremism. So this is where it's going to go. Extremism exclusively labels right-wing, nationalist, and far-right views, right? Left-wing radical acts are called civil unrest, protest, or mischief. This is a politically motivated bill designed to target political enemies, right? This is the problem. So we see this two-tiered system already. I'm going to just skip over to the I had it open here. Now I can't find it. It's the oh, here it is. So this is this guy here. I'll never give up my Starlink as a rural Canadian has been amazing compared to all the other internet providers I had to endure before Starlink. So here it is. Oh, let me read this first quickly. Oh, but I'm sure the Avro Arrow was fully functional, would have kicked the F-14's ass back in the day. Oh, okay, forget about that. So this is elbows up Laura Babcock. Oh my God, she's insufferable. Mark Carney says a Canadian-built satellite network expected to launch next year will rival SpaceX's Starlink, while strengthening national defense, Arctic communications, and reducing reliance on U.S. systems.
How are we getting it into space?
Mark, that's way too shit.
Wait. No, how are we getting it into space?
Well, you'll see it.
There's only one way right now, and that's Elon's fucking rockets.
Mark Carney says Canada-built satellite network will rival SpaceX. The only problem is they don't have rockets to send satellites into space. So here's Lee Humphrey's poster. Canada has provided Telesat with billions to develop a military-grade secure satellite system with zero progress. But the CEO and Carney are pals, so they recently announced a few more billion to hopefully get at least one test satellite up. In parallel to that funding, Trudeau has invested billions over the years to fund Telesat's dream of creating a Starlink-like low Earth orbit satellite internet network. So far, they've got 6 satellites up. Thanks to SpaceX for beta testing of their receivers. No word on how that's working out, but let's remember, if they want to provide Canada-wide coverage, they will need a couple hundred satellites. If they want to allow Canadians to travel with their receivers, it will take thousands more. For all the money taxpayers have spent so far, the government could have bought every Canadian family a Starlink system and paid their monthly fee for a decade. But hey, creating high-tech jobs that never become self-funding is literally the best example of the literal party election strategy ever. Do you think that
I'd get the Starlink phone at this point. I mean,
But
I don't
do they want to?
but but I'd just like to be as disconnected from any Canadian infrastructure as possible.
They might. Do you think they want to just like? Will they cancel Starlink for people, and just focus on this?
I don't
This
know.
like,
Can
do you think
I
they'll try
just
and put up an infrastructure and force people onto it? I mean, they already have like a duopoly of what Bell and fucking
I would
Roger
just have to
Shaw.
move. If you're staying in Canada, then you just have to get right down close to that border.
That's crazy. I wouldn't doubt it though. And then it makes me wonder why. Are they really going to push back this hard and this long against the U.S.?
Well, Canada's made the U.S. They made the high wire.
Oh boy, you got a clip of that?
What do you think it's about?
I think it's going to be about.
Don't
I
look.
can't remember.
Don't look.
Oh, made. Okay. Yeah.
As soon as I say don't look, you just look.
Everybody who gets public money,
Okay,
right?
so any company that gets public money,
Anywhere, well, it's a public healthcare system.
Okay.
Everybody gets public money.
so everyone's on
Right.
it.
It's free though.
Public
Wow.
money,
So
right?
it's everybody.
It's everybody.
Wow.
So we did have a public-private partnership with the Fraser Health Authority,
Okay.
and we were told in our hospice. So I became the president of the Delta Hospice Society, and we were told because we had a hospice that we operated, a facility that we actually built. We fundraised $8 million. We built it. We got a land lease for 35 years. We built those buildings on it. We were told that if we want money, we're going to have to start killing our patients. And we said, well, we're not killing our patients. We're palliative care. We don't do that.
Right. The whole point is to just ease the suffering to go through this experience.
Live well
Life. Yeah.
until your natural end, which we
Right.
can help you with.
Yeah.
Right. And so they said, well, you're not getting any more money. And we said, that's fine. We don't want your money and we don't need your money.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
we're sitting on this land with our buildings. So we had 25 years left on that land lease. So as soon as we started to resist and be defiant, not get into lockstep, they canceled that lease with 25 years left.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
They evicted us from our buildings, took our money away, and basically took our facility from us, kicked us off the land, and expropriated those buildings, $8.5 million worth, to the government. So the government walked in, started to operate our hospice with us gone, and provide euthanasia there.
That is absolutely outrageous. And it does fit into this model we're seeing where they will shut down a bank account. They go against the lease that's been signed. What good is a lease if it doesn't, protect the property and you've invested that funding and money into knowing you're going to be there for a period of time, and all just because you're like, we're not going to offer death as one of the options in our hospice.
That's right. So you are now compelled. You see, and this kind of made, right, is conquest and then compel. That's the dance. That's the modus operandi that they're using, and that's going to be facilitated by the court system, by the judiciary.
Yeah.
Right. And all of our courts and our judges are appointed in Canada, appointed by the government.
Yeah. And so the government is controlling the whole thing. And what's so media come into this? Why is the media not pushing back? I mean, because I know here we have pharmaceutical control of our media, so we'd be kind of screwed here, but you don't have that in Canada.
No, we have government control of our media. The government gives the media billions of dollars. So basically it's, I joke, kind of not really, that is like Soviet style Pravda.
Yeah.
That's our media.
So none of the television stations, they all get government funding?
They all get money, but particularly the CBC.
Yeah.
That's the state media outlet, and they get money, right? And of course, we have never been able to get our message onto the legacy media, into the mainstream media. It's all very pro-made.
Pro-made.
That's crazy, dude. I mean, this is like there's no better example, I think, than Canada Healthcare at work right here. I mean, this is
communism. And
there's something about funding. I think somehow pharma got its fingers in the pie 20 years ago, maybe, or something like that, when they started funding Canadian healthcare. Like there before, remember we did. I think we did a segment on it a few months back.
Well, let's keep going on your home state, your home province, maybe a state one day. But some more. We talked about these a long time ago. Remember the drug dealing machines, vending machines?
That everybody thought was fake.
Turns out they were crooked.
Oh, you don't say. What?
It is my understanding that Mark Tyndall served as Deputy Public Health Officer under the provincial BC government until 2018. Is that correct?
Sounds about right to the best of my knowledge. Yes.
After leaving the government, Mark Tyndall launched a vending machine company called MySafe, which dispensed
Just for the audio people, this guy that's getting what's it called when it's like
deposition type thing.
yeah, and he's just got like a bunch of old guitars on the ground behind him and an amp, and I mean, which is fine. Maybe he's a jamming guy, but it seems like he's got a very big amount of money in a pretty important position to be taking meetings like this from his fucking jam space.
opioids to drug users. What can you tell us about this vending machine company?
Well, I can confirm that
There's a remote control car there.
I've seen the machines in action. And at the time that they were being developed at sort of the concept stage, I suggested that there were much more effective priorities. And in fact, that taking the step of responding to people who are living in poverty. So it's important to note that these machines were installed in what are referred to as low barrier housing developments. And from prior research, one of the things that was most urgently needed among people who were socially estranged, including those in low barrier housing, was the opportunity to be engaged in meaningful relationships and on a path to social reintegration, which, by the way, is something that harm reduction interventions are capable of initiating. I thought that it was exactly the wrong type of message to take as we were in the first year of a declared public health emergency, to be rather than engaging alienated people interpersonally, that we would instead be pouring our energies and attentions into an interface that involved a machine. But that, my view, was fairly
Squash.
outvoted by people in positions of authority.
Yeah, and I have some follow-up questions on that as well. So according to Health Canada's website, the federal government gave this company over $3.5 million. Is this correct?
I've seen that, and also an additional tranche of funds as well. So I think that's a sort of a low estimate of what we've invested collectively.
I mean, I don't know if Gabe.
Dr. Summers, did Mark
When he says what we've invested collectively, he means taxpayers.
Yes, taxpayers. More free stuff for people. I don't like the word gave. It's not like the government's giving you the money, they're buying a service off, right?
They're buying crack vending machines.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they just gave them a lot of money. Too.
I know.
Tyndall advocate for policies like decriminalization and safe supply in his former role within the government? Yes or no?
Yes, he did.
How is this not financial conflict of interest?
You're asking me.
Point of order, Chair. Point
Yes.
of order. Just wondering what is the relevance, because we're just starting out on the study on pharmaceutical
Maggie G.
sovereignty, and the line
Pharmaceutical
of questioning
sovereignty?
hasn't really been even close to the intent of the study.
Stop clip.
Stop clip.
I mean, did she say pharmaceutical sovereignty? I mean, is that that should be a clip? That's the clip, the
That's
show
the
title
title.
right there. Pharmaceutical
I
sovereignty.
guess
Can you back that up
we're
just a few minutes? I just want to hear that again because it's this is interesting.
Because we're just starting out the point of order, Chair. Point
Yes.
of order. Just wondering what is the relevance, because we're just starting out on the study on pharmaceutical sovereignty, and the line of questioning hasn't really been even close to the intent of the study.
The intent of the study on pharmaceutical sovereignty.
I guess when we're done all my questions, you'll get it very clear. So
Did you see the look he gave her?
We ready to go again? Dr. Summers, it is also my understanding that Perry Kendall served as the public health officer in the provincial BC government until 2018. Is this correct?
It's either 2017 or 2018, yes.
After leaving the government, Perry Kendall co-founded a company called Fair Price Pharma, which distributed injectable heroin. Is this correct?
Point of order, Chair. It's the study we're focused on, and to this point, I have not heard a relevant question to the study. The intent.
Sounds like
Sound
Maggie
clip?
G's got some money tangled up in this injectable heroin scam.
It sounds like he funded the study. This guy.
He funded his own company for the study.
End of the study.
Okay.
I'll answer. Yes, Dr. Ken.
You know, I feel like we could do sketch comedy of like Canadian Parliament, because now that it's just all on Zoom anyway, we can just pretend to be the Governor General or whatever.
That's a good idea.
Founded a company that was positioned to distribute heroin, diacetylmorphine.
All right, let's just back that up. I kind of stepped on it. Fuck you, Maggie Chi.
I'll answer. Yes, Dr. Kendall co-founded a company that was positioned to distribute heroin, diacetylmorphine.
Okay.
I got some buddies that were in that business, but they certainly weren't getting government money. A bunch of them are dead now, too.
Is it fair to say that both former government officials advocated for policies like decriminalization and safe supply in their former roles? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
So there you go.
Wow. Oh, good one.
They got the legislation in place to give themselves millions of dollars to sell heroin.
Meanwhile, it's so crazy how we watch the fucking destruction of Canada just happening before our eyes. And here's a good example of it. This is from the food professor. What many Canadians may not realize is how deeply our country relies on rules and regulations. While regulation is necessary, the sheer volume has become problematic. Darren, how high up, how much do you think the regulations have gone up between 2006 and 2021?
As a percent?
Yeah, as a percent.
72.
37. According to Stats Canada, who laid off a whole bunch of people recently, which is like the one department that maybe we might not want to. Maybe they've got AI replacing them all. I don't know, but federal regulatory restrictions increased by.
I'd be thrilled if AI could just figure out my fucking taxes for me. I was on hold with the CRA and on the phone with the CRA for another hour today, so that they could basically tell me nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know.
And I'm like, well, can I have like
to get to somebody that could give you an answer? How
can I have your boss's number or
your
no?
boss's number? Because I'm not going to say anything more about taxes in Canada. We'll get I might get myself in trouble. So between 2006 and 2021, this surge has been linked to a 1.7 percentage point decline in GDP growth, along with decreases in business investment, productivity, employment, and the rate of new business formation. So here's federal regs. Look at this, dude. 305,500 federal that growth going up. We're just not a serious country. Now, I guess I should probably just play this too, right? Have you heard about this?
There have always been conflicts abroad, and rarely have we seen them spill into our streets the way that we have since this Liberal government has been in power. We now know from the Iranian community right across the country, from many others, that there are hundreds of IRGC agents presently on Canadian soil, using Canada as a safe haven to organize and to fundraise and to terrorize diaspora communities right here at home. We have seen now critics of the Iranian regime from out west, an investigation now being treated as a homicide, somebody who is critical of that regime. We see constantly, particularly as an MP from a region who represents many in that community, on a weekly basis, those calls coming into our office, informing MPs and at all levels of government, including authorities, that they are terrified of living within their own communities. The hundreds of agents that are here today live in Canada with complete impunity, and we have a Liberal government that has done absolutely nothing to stop it. We've seen violence against businesses, gunshots into Iranian activist businesses. We've seen terrorism in the Jewish community. We now are amongst nations that lead the world in attacks against Jewish institutions. Today, we are calling on the government to table a plan to get rid of these terrorists that are on Canadian soil.
What do you think of that?
It's not good.
It's getting
No,
some
it's
U.S. attention. I mean, Lara Logan, why are there IRGC agents operating in Canada? Because Iran was already at war with the U.S. Well, that's an interesting thought. But I mean, it really makes me think that there's just no getting out of this quickly. Like, this sounds like a reason to me, right? Sounds like a reason. Sounds like there's a reason percolating in the background for the U.S. to get pretty serious with us.
All right. Well, let's
No?
jump. Well,
What do you think? Could it be?
maybe. Or us to get pretty serious. I mean, I got a clip that I wanted to finish the Canada stuff first, though. So
Yeah, that's why I played that too. I just wanted to get
I
this.
got this old broad again. You remember her?
Let me guess, Elizabeth May,
The Lady David Icke. What did I do? I pressed the wrong button.
Catherine Austin Fitz.
No. AI broad.
Oh, she's not the David.
And is the stock and trade of the neocons. Create a permanent class of enemy nations, especially among the other superpowers, so that no combination of nations can emerge to challenge the imperial financier elite. Well, Trump isn't playing that game any longer. Twice yesterday, in talking about Operation Midnight Hammer, he went out of his way to talk about perceived or so-called enemies. He said, and our so-called enemies were watching. And I've spoken to some of our perceived enemies. I don't know if they're enemies, but they're perceived as being potential enemies. Pay attention to that. And remember that last week, Russian President Putin and his government spoke of the deep historical ties between the United States and Russia and the potential for deepening relations. Now, of course, Trump is expressing his frustration with Putin over the Ukraine war, but not from the standpoint that Russia is a permanent enemy, but he's simply dealing with Putin's actions at face value. Or look at how Trump immediately responded to the Agriculture Secretary's announcement of actions against Chinese purchase of farmlands in the US. While agreeing with those actions, Trump went out of his way to say, I think we're getting along with China. I do want to say that. I think we have a really good relationship with China lately, and we're getting along with them very well. This is not how the geopolitical game is played. This is the President of the United States exercising his unique constitutional powers in foreign policy. No wonder Lord Wallace mused about checking Trump's powers with a king. And think about what Lord Wallace is really saying here. In the British system, the Prime Minister is merely the administrator for the interests of the City of London and the monarchy and the global elite which they represent. But Trump answers directly to the American people through our Constitution. And he's committed to crushing that imperial system and has made more progress in 5.5 months than you've seen in your lifetime. Now, speaking of the British monarchy, King Charles is at it again, making his third high-profile foreign policy intervention in 2025. After publicly meeting with Ukrainian puppet President Zelensky twice this year to signal Britain's support for continuing that war, King Charles just hosted French President Macron in a lavish ceremony this week. As BBC said about the visit, the king is more than a figurehead. And the British press pointed out that Britain and France are resetting their relationship as they deal with the United States, which is no longer in sync with their Ukrainian war and their permanent confrontation with Russia. Macron, in his speech to the British Parliament, also said that Britain, France, and Europe should reduce their excessive dependence on China and the US.
China and
What do
the
you think about
US.
that? King Charles, I mean, imagine the Queen getting that involved in stuff. Like, things have changed over there in the UK, right? Now Keir Starmer's is just the figurehead, the symbolic figurehead, and King Charles is out there doing all the diplomacy. What's going on?
Well, also Mark Carney. Right?
Well, what about him?
He's our figurehead. He's our administrator to the
Yeah.
king.
Yeah.
The King of Canada. Remember, Carney said it himself.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, the guy came over and did that speech and everything, and meanwhile, Carney was over there in the UK. I mean, it really does feel like that. Oh, boy.
This one's for the Newfies.
The Newfies got hosed, too, way back
Of
when.
course, we were our own country up till 1933 when the British came in and unceremoniously stripped us of our democracy. Yeah. Britain wanted Newfoundland for the air race. They wanted to establish air supremacy, the North Atlantic route, and they needed Newfoundland to do it. And that's why they decided to come in and take over. So they knew Newfoundland was central to aviation. And if they wanted to control the air routes of North America and the North Atlantic, they would have to control Newfoundland. And of course, this is what Roosevelt wanted anyway. Roosevelt and Churchill had made their deal that Newfoundland would not be allowed to be independent after the war. They couldn't risk it, have to go with either the States or Britain or Canada. So then Britain has to work it out in some kind of democratic process. So they set up a national convention of elected Newfoundlanders to decide what kind of government you want, but it has no power. Britain, in spite of many factions that wanted to hang on to Newfoundland, decided they had to get rid of it. So then the British conduct this. They give Joey as much time as possible to sell the Confederation to the people. It was right down the middle.
49,
The
right?
British nudged it over. But the official version is that Confederation won by a narrow margin. And that was, what? No recount.
Oh, wow.
Count. Very shabbily done. Very shabbily done. And we lost our democracy and our right to negotiate terms. Everything was gone. We never negotiated terms with Canada. Britain did that. It was all fraud, basically.
I thought it was 52. I thought it was quite, or 52-48, I think, or something, that vote.
49.
And it was 40, yeah, 49, I think.
I do have this one more clip I want to play in the free half before we get out of here. We've run out of time in the free show. If I says super chat, now's the time. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, share that shit. This is coming soon to probably your house, Grant, maybe my house too. Palantir presentation.
Oh, no, I've got a good Palantir thing for you after.
This
second half.
smart system. Palantir's software as a service product that we are deploying across the entire department. As you can see, it's not just one data feed, it's multiple. And instead of having
You notice it's got those planes taking off in real time.
8 or 9 systems for those decision makers to look at every single day in order for them to make decisions, you then fuse it into a single visualization tool. The single visualization tool allows you to select, deselect different types of data, look at different approaches to data, but more importantly, action from the same system that you're trying to develop your workflows around. Once you have a detection that you want to actually move into a targeting workflow, for example, this is what we do. Left click, right click, left click, magically, it becomes a detection. That detection then gets moved into a workflow. This is standard digitized workflow, but I want to walk you through it quickly. We're deploying across the entire department. It gets moved into
a workflow of death. I mean, it's just fucking crazy.
The flow chart of death.
To a workflow. This is standard digitized workflow, but I want to walk you through it quickly. You have different types of targets that are identified on the left there. Every single column produces a different type of decision-making process. Once you have that decision and you're trying to actually action that process, we now move into COA generation, course of action generation, where we are automatically, via a number of factors, trying to identify what the best asset to prosecute a target looks like.
Prosecute's a pretty
Hang on, let's stop there.
Prosecute with a fucking bomb.
Here we go. AGM match, time to target, distance, time on station, fuel, and munitions.
Once we've got the different approaches and we select one,
Time to target.
we then can move directly into how do we action that target. So we've gone from identifying the target to now coming up with a course of action to now actioning that target, all from one system. This is revolutionary. We were having this done in about 8 or 9 systems where humans were literally moving detections left and right in order to get to our desired end state. In this case, actually closing a kill chain.
Closing a kill chain.
Wow.
I mean, there's another show title.
I'm going to have to read my I am Alex. I am the CEO of Palantir poem. Actually, it's more than a poem. It's a speech.
All right, one more. Should we get out of here then? Get over to the next half.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Of course, people head over to Grimerica Outlawed.ca if they want to sign up for that. You can become a member on our YouTube channel and get access to the full shows there in 4K or something. I don't know if our cameras are that good, but it's better quality than this anyway. And you can get it on Patreon, wherever you want. Check out grimerica.ca for other podcasts. Contact@thecabin.com. We just redid that website if you want to come on a trip with us. Adultbrain.ca for the audiobooks. You want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off with this. Peter Gurnus, who writes these amazing scripts here, and I'm just going to read this one. It's about, I want you to really pay attention to this here. I am the CEO of Palantir Technologies. The company is